part is like setting it up.
We're live here, first home game of the season.
We've had home one.
We had a scrimmage here at home, right?
You go home.
We did. So welcome to the 2024 Tam Girls Lac season. This is the second game. First game was Wednesday?
But away.
Away. At
Right, so
Miramar.
first home game.
First home game. I'm Mike. I'm Jamie's dad.
I'm Abby. I'm a former JV coach. Not a parent of any of the players, but
How do I get in on that?
fond of many of them. Spent a lot of time with these girls.
I was going to say, Abby, I think you're selling yourself a little short.
She's
I remember from my child,
She's
the
usually
first
hanging out
team
on the bench.
that came
like,
together at the
all the games,
Wolfpack,
which is
maybe
like
third or fourth grade,
Oh yeah.
you brought together.
I think that is true. I think
Yeah.
Jamie was maybe a third grader playing the field even.
She was playing the field.
And now she is a seasoned
They've been
goalie.
going through it, huh?
What's that?
They've been going through it. Jesus.
She's amazing. We're proud of a lot of these girls.
Absolutely.
I know Harper's not supposed to get on the play.
But you've been in and around Mill Valley Lacrosse for a decade?
A decade. I
Yeah.
think this would be year 10.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these girls grow up and get so much better. And
What is this?
amazing to watch them win MCALs last year as well as NCS. So we've got high hopes for this year, but it's a young team, so we'll see what they do with it.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, obviously Tam Girls Lacrosse had their best season ever, as you said, winning MCAL, winning the Northern California Division II championship, and going 22-2 and finishing the year ranked 7th in the state of California.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I
Back
mean,
when we were
what a
terrible.
year that was.
We're like always written up
But
the
with
team that they
success
canceled because
Comes
we were so
promotion
bad.
to
And then
Division
they
I in
rebuilt the program.
NCS.
They
Ooh,
rebuilt the division.
I did not realize that happened.
They did, so they are now in
Mix.
Division
It's-
I
but it was-
with the powerhouses in Northern California,
Ah.
such as San Ramon Valley,
Oh,
Sacred
wow.
Heart,
Redwood.
Redwood,
SRV.
Marin Catholic.
I don't think she has the.
So I
All
think
right, it's going to be a
No,
different,
like it's so
a
hard to
different
get
year
into
in
it.
many
It's
ways.
Really, I mean,
Hi, team.
yeah.
It's Mike Fox back in the booth.
Hey,
Fox,
Mike,
the
welcome. We were
veteran.
wondering when you were gonna, plug in there.
You guys did a phenomenal job on the intros. I wanted to let you run with it, Mikey.
I'm not sure that we talked about Mikey. That's not necessarily that's not my
moniker of
call name.
choice.
That's not my on-screen personality
Maybe
persona.
we've got Foxy and Mike in the booth to distinguish between our two mics.
FOX.
There you go.
If you can name the movie, FOX.
Cannot. Mike, you know?
No,
I think it's not the Sleepless in Seattle.
I was gonna
It's
say
the
Sleepless
Tom
in-
Hanks, the one in.
so when Harry Met Sally? No.
No, it's the one that was in New York. That's like a ripoff of Sleepless in Seattle.
So not the houseboat one.
Yeah, the Barnes and
got mail.
Nobles. He owns the Fox.
You've
bookstores.
got mail.
Oh, it may have been You Got Mail. Yeah, thank you. Our new scorekeeper, Stacy Yolis.
It's Silver, but Yalis
Silver,
is
Yalis.
the player's name.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
why I didn't take the last name.
I
This game hasn't
apologize.
started. We are learning a lot about one another. First home game of the year.
I think my mom was watching maybe, so maybe she'll appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, we've got freshman
All right, so I just
Brooklyn
put this
Hatch
in.
You
ready
do
to
it
take
twice.
the draw.
Right, okay.
I need to slide over.
Sustained a bit of an injury this week, so we'll see how she does here. She's got some hip issues, strained hip muscle, I believe.
Tam is in the home white. Vista del Lago traveling team from the Folsom area in the road black.
I think it's exciting. As Abby
Here we go.
said, let's get
Did
to
it
the
again.
action.
Vista del Lago takes first possession.
The top one.
Quinlan Dayton trailing on defense.
Thank you.
It'll be really interesting to see how the defense. Our defense last year just was suffocating.
Yeah.
So have a returner in MCAL all team Colette Hale, but some new faces on defense as well.
Okay, strong. I will say I was watching the 3v2 warm-ups, and the defense looked solid.
All right, our first 8-meter shot here.
We've got Lexi Watts trailing on defense. Nice
Yeah.
stop by Jamie Lemberg.
And here comes the clear that I know the girls have been working on this all week.
Good clear. Let's see if we can get the loose
Okay.
balls.
Someone comes up with it.
Quinlan
No
Hay-
need to
Quinlan
stop
Dayton on the run.
whistle.
Quinlan at the top, resetting. Hi, Derek. How are you, buddy?
Quinlan to another Ellie, another freshman.
There are 4 or 5 freshmen on the team this year.
Shot on goal by Graciela Hale goes wide. Chased down by Vista del Lago.
So 4 or 5 freshmen coming up through the Wolfpack program. And then also, I think a bunch of them are also in the travel ball circuit with Steps, California.
All right, well, that's why they're so strong.
Vista on the move, going coast to coast here. Good defense.
Slowed down by Rowie.
It's called for a slight nudge. Just a little love tap.
It'll be interesting to see how they call some of these penalties this year with a couple of the rule changes.
Walk us through some of
Yeah,
those.
tell us about some of the rule changes, Mike.
Well, I've got my rule change connoisseur to my left, Mr. Derek Scobie, but I think they're trying to kind of enforce a little bit of the checking a little bit more, so more limiting contact.
Right, so it's about the position
That's
of the
cool, too.
stick, right?
Correct.
Can't be horizontal
Correct.
as you're pushing against the attacker.
I got
And I think the other main change that you'll see on the clock here is that we've moved from 2 halves to 4 quarters.
I
Make
applaud
like
that
a
change.
college game.
Correct.
Go.
So instead of 2 25-minute halves, we have 4 12-minute quarters. So the game will actually be a little bit shorter by game time, game clock.
Okay, defense is holding them off pretty well here. Brooklyn has remained in the game. There was some talk of her just taking the draw and then coming out because of her injury. We've got Colette going after the ball. Vista retains possession.
Calling it a little tight here early.
Yeah, you know, being the dad of a goalie, I still struggle occasionally with the penalties in the field. I didn't see a penalty on that one. I thought they were just both going for the loose ball.
The plight,
Maybe there was a cover.
the
Hard to
plight
see.
of the goalie dad is real.
Oh, nice stop again. That was a great cut by Vista, but nice stop by Jamie. Colette comes up with it, runs it up the field. Colette Hale, veteran defender, looking for a pass.
Very smart. Lexi stayed back.
That was a nice thought. Carson Can picking up the ball, resetting.
Senior Carson Can.
Senior and captain Carson Can. Good, taking it out wide, settling it down a bit here.
Mike, I hear you on the being the goalie dad. It is a rough way to live. It's tough.
Foxy is
I'd like to say the gray hair in my beard is because of it, but
I know I got some this fall in field hockey.
Foxy is a field hockey dad goalie.
I-
Goalie dad.
that's
Oh,
right.
good choice by Brooklyn to run it out. Didn't really have a good angle there. Too many defenders.
Here we go.
Right to
great.
Rowie.
Oh,
Oh.
nice shot. Just a little,
Little
wide.
wide.
Little
That
wide.
was a nice pass. Great movement from Rowie Scobie.
Carson will bring the ball back in for the Tam Hawks.
To Quinlan, isn't it? Yep.
Rowie Scobie at the top.
Sees that?
Shooting space. Coach Abby, you want to walk us through the shooting space, Abby?
Well, shooting space is a foul that is really for the. It works against the defense, but it's really made for their safety. So, if an attacker is moving to goal, a defender cannot have her body in that.
Oh,
there
what
we
a
go.
move by
All right.
Rowie Scowie, dropping the
Stop
stick.
the clock.
Rowie Scowie.
Stop it.
Scobie, excuse
That
me.
might be a new
Yeah,
nickname.
Scowie.
Okay.
Maybe we'll create something new.
Yeah, beautiful low little roller there from her.
Toggle it again.
So, Mike, while we have a break in the
Yes.
action,
Yes.
being a goalie dad, walk me through maybe some of the differences with field hockey and lacrosse when it comes to goalie.
Derek, help me out. That seems like a year ago.
Well, the goalie, field hockey goalie can't hold the ball.
Correct.
Trap it,
You can't
catch
trap
it,
it.
can't pick it up. So you're never safe in the way that, like, once Jamie gets it in her stick in lacrosse, she's kind of safe in her crease.
Right.
You never have that luxury in a offensive field hockey goal. You're just trying to get away from the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, she can't lay on the ball. She's got to kind of stop it. A lot of kick saves, a lot of blockers in the air.
Interesting.
I was thinking,
And then when you save it, you're sort of an NHL goalie. You kind of you direct it.
great grab from Rowie. Nice high draw from Brooklyn. Oh. Okay, no foul there. Up to Quinlan at the top. Little rocker step there.
Okay,
Draws the shooting
Penalty.
space foul.
Yeah, there we go.
we've got the Folsom dad putting the lights up to obstruct our view, which is good.
Nice look.
We do have some freshmen. Who's number 9 for the Tam
Number
Hawks?
9 is Ellie.
McEvely.
Nick Everly.
Nick Everly.
McEvely, thank you.
Okay.
We were going to have
Lefty.
to apologize
She's
for
a
our
lefty,
pronunciation on
lefty
air.
hook. She's got a great left.
Oh, a lefty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Carson rolling.
Oh,
Nice.
nice goal.
Great left-handed shot by Carson Can, rolling the crease.
Well, you know, speaking of Vista del Lago by Folsom, doing a little research for this broadcast, we did play Vista del Lago last year on March 4th. I think it was the season opener last year, and it was a strong win by the Tam Hawks, winning 15-8 against this team.
That's good. That means
Oh,
that
looks like we're off to a similar strong start this year. I think traditionally it has been the season opener, at least the last 2 years.
this is the Hawks' second game of the year. We started the season on the road this past week playing Miramonte.
Yes.
Miramonte.
15-5, 16-5. The Lady Hawks were victorious. Hawks do not have a favorable home schedule this year. I think we only have 6 or 7 games at home.
That was not up over their heads, so they're going to do a redraw.
Run the clock.
Ball has to go over the heads of the 2 girls taking the draw.
Who's on the draw right now?
We've got Brooklyn Hatch, freshman,
Way to go.
with a bit of an injury, facing off. Can't see her number from Vista.
So is she considered the draw specialist?
She might be becoming our draw specialist. We know, of course, Maddie Smith left a big hole with her departure to Northwestern, our draw specialist from last year.
Yeah.
Well, you know, speaking
Here we go.
of the great season last year, did have a chance. We have Maddie Smith, who's now playing at Northwestern.
Number 1 in the country.
My alma mater.
Yeah, they just beat Boston College this week. Maddie has played in all 5 of the games.
That's fantastic to hear.
It is great. Her sister Samantha, who's also a Tam Hawk alumnus, is a junior, I believe.
And on the Tewaaraton watch list, the Tewaaraton is the highest honor in college lacrosse, given to one player each year.
Nice,
Oh,
Rowie.
Rowie rips it on the
Beautiful
upper
shot.
right hand, upper right part of the net there.
Heck
You
of
know,
a shot.
We have Derek Scobie, Rowie's dad, here, but I do see Rowie out many hours working on her
Thank
shot.
you. Well, until we had a 100-foot pine tree land in the yard this morning, and now it's destroyed the bounce back.
Oh,
So
the
she's
bounce
got,
back.
she's now got like wooden defenders in her way.
Well, I think she could use that to her advantage.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I did have an opportunity to speak to one of the Vista del Lago parents, and they are down a few people today through injury and otherwise. So, including I think a Maxine Yu, who is one of the starters. And I apologize, I'm probably missing some of the others, but they are a little short teamed today.
Speaking of short teamed, if you have a view of our bench, you'll notice our team is quite a bit smaller than in the past. Carrying a much leaner team this year, so not a lot of room for us to sustain injuries.
And we do have 2 injured players today who are not dressed.
And those are Hannah Leach.
Hannah Leach and the gal to her right, Tessa
Tessa Cohen.
Tessa Cohen.
freshman, number 14.
Quinlan bringing the ball in. Nice
To
cut again by
Carson.
Carson Can.
Ball down.
Oh,
Rowie.
that was a nifty scoop by Rowie.
Well, it is. I think this is. We're not at full strength with the 2 injured players, but I think this is our first game with the full roster since a lot of these girls were also on the NCS soccer team
And
that made it to the state regionals. So they had an extended soccer season, which was limiting their ability to practice here.
Another goal by Rowie. Excuse me, maybe Sarah Cormier. Makes the score 4-0 with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Senior Ashley Townsend is coming into the game.
looks like she's coming in for Brooklyn.
Nope, for Sarah Cormier.
Out there.
We have the senior Zoe Tokarski.
Sarah Cormier coming out. Sophomore.
Well, speaking of, carrying, I think it's 20 players on the roster. We have a new coach this year. So really excited for Marlo. Lyle, thank you. Who comes to us from the Wolfpack, which is our Mill Valley Youth League.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gotten to know many of these girls, and I think she's a former player at Mount Union as well. So college ball player.
Going to come up with it here. A little, looked like an empty stick check on Vista's part there. Rowie takes it. Rowie to Carson.
Carson with a signature cradle.
Yep, you can recognize some of these girls by their cradle,
Yep.
just their run. You watch them long enough.
Yeah.
Gracielle Hale trying to work something out there.
Quinlan to Rowie.
Rowie.
Quinlan with the stutter step to Rowie. What a play.
That's one of Quinlan's signature moves. That was the
Yep.
stutter step.
I do recognize that. Looks like the rain has come out a little bit.
Nothing to slow down our Lady Hawks. They are on a strong start here. The offense really looking strong, looking out for some good cuts, communicating well.
Yeah, outside some early action by Vista del Lago. The last 5 or so minutes have all been down on the other side of the pitch here. Looks like we have Ashley Townsend and Rowie right outside the circle there.
Vista comes up with the draw, turns it over, gets the call. Clock is running, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 5-0 Hawks. Yeah, other than the initial possession from Vista, the Hawks have sort of dominated so far.
All right, they've just got possession back. Jamie's come out of the goal, offering a pass there, not taken. Oh, almost kept it in bounds. Lexi Watts. Not quite. Lexi's a sophomore. She played varsity her freshman year.
All right, Kate Carvalho and Zoe Tokarski checking into the game. Kate Jr. was on the soccer team that made the run, won the NCS. Zoe's a senior.
Colette Hale came up with that ground ball to Andy. Oh,
Andy Kelly, another
Andy Kelly.
senior.
all right, there's that pushing rule. You can
Yeah.
see the ref calling that on Rowie.
It kind of looked like the Vista player ran into Rowie. Yeah?
So they're often watching the elbows of the defender, and if they see the defender extend her elbows straight, they're going to call them on that. But
You can extend your elbow, but not all the way straight. Is that correct, Abby?
I believe that's tough shot, tough bounce shot by Vista.
Maybe in this break, taking an opportunity, with seasons come change, but also some consistency. So new head coach Marlo we talked about. We have Brian Dayton as a returning assistant coach, and another new assistant coach in Kyra Pelton.
That's right. Kyra, a player at Stanford. Former player.
Brian, talking to Ashley Townsend on the sidelines, has been involved in the lacrosse program here in Mill Valley for many years. Last 3 years at TAM. Before that, he was involved with Wolfpack, and his daughter Quinlan Dayton is one of our attack, number 24.
I mean, Abby, the way you understand the game, you would think you'd want to continue your reign as the coach of JB Lax baby here at Tam High.
You know, as we said, with change comes growth. Ready for
Our work is done, Abby.
what's that?
Our work is done, Abby.
That's right. Mike and I are both former JV coaches.
Last 3 years, yeah?
Yeah,
But luckily the program is steady
that's right.
and smooth with Pete Bowman at the
That's
helm.
That is great.
And JV has a new coach as well, Taylor Roy, and she is loving it.
Well, with Taylor, our varsity coach, moving to Southern California, I am sure there were plenty of folks who were talking to all sorts of people about their further commitment with the TAM Lax program here, both on the varsity and junior varsity level.
Taylor Roy played on the Israeli national team, is that right?
Correct.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
She's a school teacher here in the community, Marin County.
Quinlan Dayton, rolling it around the top, looking for a pass. Keeps possession there. Passes off to Kate Carvalho.
Yeah, so aggressive D by
Kate Carvalho is a junior, also a 3-year varsity. This is her third year on the varsity team. She
Balls.
was one of the TAM soccer players who had a little bit of a late start to the Lax season due
A
to
little
the soccer
scramble for
success.
possession there, but Graciela Hale came up with a ground ball to Lexi Watts.
There we come to the end of the first quarter. Are we still on air, Derek? I think welcome back, everybody who's watching from near and far.
Looks like assistant coach Brian Dayton was doing some. I always wonder, what are they saying? You know, what do you? If you're the coach, what do you say now? Now Marlo's.
Let me ask you, Abby, since you spent many years on the sidelines, what would you be saying kind of after first quarters that we just watched? Very strong
What
performance.
I'd say is, since we've kept possession down at our offensive end, clearly things are working. I would compliment them on the looks they're giving each other, the assists, the passes down on offense. I have noticed we need to keep the ball in our sticks, keep possession. There are a few times we've bobbled it and had to scramble when perhaps
Do you
we
think
shouldn't have.
that's a focus, or do they need to be maybe moving the ball a little bit more around the circle?
Yeah, that's a good question, Mike. I'm not sure what the answer to that is.
Yeah, it seems that some of those losses, it's when we're single players holding on to the ball and gives the defender a chance to come in and do a stick check.
And you did bring up the point, is it because we're holding on to it for too long? And there were a few instances where it looked like an attacker did not have a shot on goal and also did not have a pass. So there were a few times when people could have got needed to get rid of it a bit sooner.
Well, we are at the beginning of the season, and as we saw last season, a lot of the team really grew as the season went on, and working through that.
That is so much of it, just knowing your fellow players and gelling together and knowing when to make that cut and who to look for. So for the beginning of the season and a season with so many young new players to the team, I think they're off to a great start.
I agree. And one of the things I noticed in our first scrimmage of the year was probably a week and a half ago.
Campo.
And our team was able to get up by a significant more than 10-goal advantage. And Marlowe, like Taylor, really emphasized passing before they could shoot to part sportsmanship. And I'm sure working on that ball movement at the same time.
Well, here we have a case. Who's number 12 here?
Number 12, Mia Yolis.
All right.
Oh, and her mom is in the booth running the scoreboard.
Yeah.
What kind of background can you give us about Mia?
Lucas and Hatch and I coached Mia, Brooklyn, Ellie, Riley, all the freshmen since when they started at the Wolf Pups.
Ah, these girls all played for years together.
Now, Stacy, are you a former lacrosse player?
I'm a lacrosse player, and I went to Northwestern.
Oh, very good.
And then the program was canceled.
Oh, that's amazing. And so, when did the Northwestern
Yeah,
program
they
come back?
So it was the only program in the Midwest.
Oh, that was
great
just
goal by
textbook.
Sarah Cormier.
Textbook down the field, linking one. That was 4 passes, just one after the other. Nothing dropped, nothing bobbled. Beautiful sequence there.
That makes Coach Marlowe happy.
So,
So
Stacy,
sorry.
you were saying,
It was the only program in the Midwest, so we had to travel, and it was canceled because it was so expensive, but because of Title IX, so they replaced it with golf. And then it probably took about, let's see, that was 95. I don't think they brought it back until the coach Kelly, whatever her name is, came back. I think it was like 2003. It was
Okay.
Norman. And by that time, there was enough more feeder schools from the Midwest.
What a resurgence they've
I
had.
know.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
It's
Come back
amazing.
strong.
Tam is becoming a feeder for the Northwestern Wildcats.
We've got junior Rowie Scobie signed to go to Northwestern, not next year, but the year after.
and both of the Smith sisters there. So that is 3 Tam High players on the #1 ranked team in the country.
All starts
Carson.
with JV Lax, baby Abby.
Or Wolfpack.
Wolfpack.
Goes way back. So shout out to Mary Beth Todd and her work with Wolfpack when these girls were just youngsters. Cut by Sarah Cormier.
And I would absolutely echo that comment about Mary Beth Todd. I think
Looks like we're getting a, sorry to interrupt,
No,
looks like
please.
we've got a yellow card here, a check to the head on Vista del Lago number 20? 25?
25.
That is Macy Spoto taking a
Stop the clock.
2-minute penalty here. So we're woman up.
She does that. She does that.
So it looks like Tam will bring in the ball from just behind the goal.
Okay, so Mike and Abby, why don't you explain to our listeners how long this young woman from Vista's on the sideline when the Hawks have the man advantage?
Unless the rules have changed this year, she's out for 2 minutes.
Unlimited goals?
Ellie.
Oh,
Beautiful
what
left-handed from freshman
Ellie.
Ellie
McEvely.
McEvely.
Signature shot.
That's her signature. I like with the way she dropped the sticks.
Yeah.
That's her signature shot.
Well, she is a lefty, and that will certainly come in handy.
So it looks like the infraction keeps the Vista player on the sideline for 2 minutes, unlimited goals.
That is correct.
And I believe that's different from men's lacrosse. Now, I'm not so familiar with the men's game, but
It's different than the hockey.
is that right?
Speaking back to Mary Beth, and kudos to all that she's done for our program here in Southern Marin. But as a dad of a goalie, I think Mary Beth was instrumental in getting my daughter Jamie to focus her craft in the goal. She saw something at a young age. When they were young, I think you rotated players through the goal,
We did.
and they noticed something about Jamie. Mary Beth did.
I remember that. That was about 6th grade, 6th or 7th, when she became a full-time goalie
That's correct.
and really put her focus on improving, and boy, has she. And of course, as a steps player, she has continued to hone her craft.
Yeah, I will say, just watching her grow through the development and find her voice both figuratively
right.
and literally. So you can probably hear her all the way up in the booth sometimes barking directions at the defense.
That's what you need a goalie to do. She's the eyes
And
for the
forget
team.
about
She
playing
sees it
goal
from an angle that none of them do. Oh, that was a great clear. Unfortunately, did not work out for us.
Turnover by
Yeah,
Vista.
but we get it.
Graciela.
Who wants it? Who's making a move?
Graciela to Carson
Carson.
Can.
Go to the hole, Carson.
Oh. Dropped, but picked up right away. Okay,
So-
Carson retains possession.
Ticky tack.
So one of the interesting changes in the rules this year is if you're in the midfield and you're fouled on offense, you don't
Oh,
you don't
to
have
Sarah.
to stop and pause. You can continue moving forward.
that'll really just enhance the fluidity of this already fluid game. Every year it just gets faster. It's fun to watch.
Yes.
It is fun to watch.
Use the sideline as your friend over there on defense. Good job.
Graciela, just a solid, solid defender. It's so fun to watch her, especially on redefend, which is what she's doing there.
The man advantage, the woman advantage has expired. Vista's at full strength with 8:30 to go in the first half.
Shay Ayland has it up top there for Vista. Quinlan coming up the center of the field. Ooh, ooh. That was tough body contact from Vista there.
Quinlan shaking it off. She's a tough one. Quinlan to
Great
Carson.
opening move by
Oh,
Carson. Again, with a push by Vista. Looks like
Stop
we
the
might
clock.
get a yellow card here. For those of you at home less familiar with the rules, you really can't have any pushing.
Ashley in the game. Quinlan's coming off. She's a little shaken up from that hit a minute ago.
Oh, it's a red card, not just a yellow.
Second yellow.
Oh, second yellow
Second
for
yellow.
number 25,
So she is out.
Macy Spoto.
Does
day
that
is-
mean they play down a player the rest of the game, or she's just
It-
disqualified?
It means that my understanding is that she cannot return to the game.
So she'll be in for 2 minutes in the sin bin, and then another player can come in, but she cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Thank you, Derek.
she still sits out for her 2.
But she's
cannot
disqualified from
She's-
the game.
She is disqualified.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So unlike in soccer, where a red card you would play down.
Oh,
what a-
beautiful
what
cut
a
by.
play.
That was one cut after another.
Yeah, nice. Another big
First cut was not used, and Brooklyn saw that opening and trailed with a second cut and made it with a nice low, almost a bounce shot.
The game can look so easy when you get a good cut and there's not a defender in front of you.
She really capitalized on that. It's good timing.
I think in typical Marin County here, today can't decide if it wants to be warm, cold. I think the girls on the sideline were not in their parkas, but they're in their parkas now. It rained for a moment. And hopefully, Derek, there's no more wind and no more trees.
There's no more trees to come down, Mike.
Okay.
So,
We got 7.5 minutes here in the first half. The Hawks are up 8-1. Coming off a really good goal.
So our fearless TAM TV leader, Derek Scobie, had a tree come down, and speaking with Iona, his wife, and speaking of neighborly behavior, I gather this tree was a conversation with the neighbor previously. And so the tree was on their neighbor's yard, and I think your wife may have mentioned that the tree looked a little unsteady about half a year ago.
I think there's been a conversation over a period of time, yeah.
Period of time, okay. Well,
Okay,
well,
possession to
hopefully
the Hawks
now
after
that it's
that
come
draw.
down, they behave neighborly and take proper care of anything that happened. But it sounds like
Senior
everyone's
Ashley
safe.
Townsend taking it down the sideline. Incomplete pass to Graciela Hale, but Gracie comes up with it. Up with the ground ball. What do we say about ground balls, Mike Fox?
Get them.
Ground balls win games.
Ground
right.
balls win games.
Butts down. Get them. That's the mantra of the JV Lax Baby program is ground balls win games.
That's right. We see far fewer ground balls at the varsity level, but it still happens. Pass to Sarah Corbier. Rolls it back out.
Carson on the
Carson.
read and getting the ball for the Hawks. Number 9, freshman. Ashley over to Hale. Looking for the cutter in Rowie.
Oh, Rowie.
Rowie cuts and just wide of the goal.
Gotta love the movement. You know, those will come. Those goals will come if you're moving and passing like that.
Tam chases it down at the end line, so retains possession.
Ashley Townsend.
Oh, it's crowded in there. That's a tough shot, or tough pass, rather. Number 13, Shay Ayland comes up with it for Vista. Back to the goalie. Clears it short. It's a bit of a dangerous
Yeah.
clear. I think our own Jamie Lemberg would clear a bit farther up the field if she could.
Yeah, I spent a couple of games in the booth last year, but the other thing that I don't know, Mike, if you've and Abby have talked about, but I think ground balls win games, and winning the draw wins games.
That was so critical last year with Maddie Smith taking the draw,
Yeah.
especially as we got to the postseason. That really
That was amazing.
made all the difference. If you can take control right off the draw,
Yeah.
the game is in your favor.
The NCS championship, Derek and I called that game on the road at MC, and towards the end, we won every draw. Derek and I were white knuckling, hugging. that was a time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were going nuts. Dude.
There was some not safe for school words used.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh, check to the head. That's going to be a yellow
Derek, as
card.
our producer today, do you have any foul language delay in case we say something unsavory?
No, just apologies.
Just
Right,
apologies.
Just apologies.
Okay, looks
Okay.
like we got a yellow card on Mia Yawlis for a check to the head there. Of course, not intentional, but
It's aggressive play. She'll be rewarded with dinner tonight. Oh, nice.
all right,
Great,
got a
Ashley.
stick in there. Ashley Townsend on defense. Gracia, no,
I think that was
Colette.
Colette.
Sorry,
Yep.
always have to.
For our viewers, we have identical twins on the team.
And boy, are
Graciela
they
and
identical.
Colette.
I coached them when they were in 3rd grade, and I still cannot tell them apart. After all these years.
Do the parents have a certain rule to tell them apart?
You know, I asked them once, and
Oh.
they said even their parents.
Oh, what a play by
Oh,
Rowie.
Rowie comes up with it. Beautiful.
She might go. She might take it to the hole.
All right, look at that speed. She's wide open. Who's she going to find?
She's looking for the
Okay,
cutter.
slows it down.
She hits Sarah
Finds
Cormier.
Sarah Cormier. A little bobbled. Yep, I do think that is something maybe Coach Marlowe is going to have them work on. It's just keeping that ball on the stick. Yeah, but back to the Hale twins. They once told me that even if their backs are turned, sometimes their parents would get them mixed up from the back.
Interesting.
Not sure if that's still true.
When
That
I
made me feel better.
When I was in college, I knew a bunch of identical twins, and some of them, for example, one had a birthmark on his lip, so it was Danny Dot and John Knott was the general rule. So I wasn't sure if there was some defining characteristic.
Not that I'm aware of. Tam tried to chase that down at the end line, Zoe Tokarski, but did not quite beat the Vista player. So they have retained possession.
So one thing I've noticed in the first half of the first home game here up in the Hawks Nest
Oh,
Is-
she's wide open.
Good goal by Vista. Is Coach Marlowe has a different coaching philosophy and style than Coach Taylor. The Hawks are substituting on the fly, offense, defense, whereas Taylor stuck with her girls. So the girls are getting a lot of playing time and substituting on the fly.
And explain for our viewers, what do you mean by substituting on the fly? Okay. I thought you were saying, not waiting for a timeout.
Right.
While the play is live.
While the play is lined up.
And the ball might be at the other end of the field.
Offensive, defensive substitutions, bringing a defensive midi out for an attacker, say. Or an attacking midi, excuse me.
So with a shorter roster, that really suggests that everyone's going to be getting significant playing time this year.
Yeah.
For sure. And they're coaching up some of their attack on the sideline right now. Brian and Marla talking to Carson Can, Ashley Townsend, and Brooklyn Hatch. So that means we've got Rowie on the circle taking the draw. I believe this is the first time she's taken the draw today. Certainly not the first time she's ever taken it. She would step in last year when need be. Displaying one of her greatest strengths right there in coming up with a ground ball. Love to see Rowie's scrappiness with ground balls. Moving it around nicely, Kate Carvalho.
Let's hope Kate picks up where she left off at the end of last year. She was playing some really good lacrosse.
Yeah, I remember some great cuts through the middle that she would get from some of the other attackers. There,
Oh,
Another
just
great
like that.
cut. Yeah.
Rowie, great cut, pass from Quinlan for another goal.
That makes it 9-2 with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
I'm not hearing them call out the plays. That cut last year had I'm trying to remember a very specific name that they kept on calling out.
We don't talk plays.
Okay, sorry.
We get in trouble for that.
Okay. I apologize. I think I may have too much inside information. I just finished a
Keep it to
book.
yourself.
I
I
just
don't want the frowny look from Brian.
Yeah, fair enough. I just finished a book about SAC Capital called Black Edge. So we do frown upon insider trading. If you're familiar with Steve Cohen and SAC Capital.
Okay, Rowie back on
First
the
guest
draw.
of the season, Casey Leach.
Casey Leach.
How are you, buddy?
Welcome.
Nice to see you. I saved your chair. Are you wearing khaki pants?
Rowie bats it down. She's going to come up with a ground ball. So we do consider that draw control. Moving it around.
Casey's daughter Hannah is on the team. Not dressed today, Casey. What is her injury status? Can you give us an update, a live update?
She's sick. She's got a bit of a lingering cough that she's trying to power through.
Sure, she's been
I
resting.
believe I read in the IJ that she was playing through soccer playoffs.
Oh, what a shot by Quinlan.
Another
Tate.
Goal
great-
by Quinlan.
Beautiful shot by Quinlan. So Hannah was playing through NCS championships with a bronchial infection. Another
So
player on the
Casey,
team had
we
food
do get
poisoning.
notifications from the high school, and I don't know if there's any shaming, but was she the whooping cough case that I
Maybe.
received?
It is spread throughout the entire Southern Marin family.
Well, we're glad you're up here with the windows closed and the door closed.
You know, I'm the only one standing in my house.
Well, Casey, thanks for coming. Hope the repair at the home went well this morning.
Oh yeah, refrigerator repairman came by.
The which fridge?
The only fridge.
The only fridge.
Not the one downstairs?
Oh,
No.
looks a little low, but no recall, so Vista comes up with it.
Did it leak? Does the count? Did it leak because the power went out or something?
No.
So Vista's setting up behind the net here. Good defense. Trying to get some cutters coming through the circle there, but they're not able to get open.
So Vista's boys played. We played them in Folsom last weekend.
And how was that?
Okay, Carvalho on ball.
The varsity team got buzzsawed. However, the JV came out with a win.
Great help from
40 seconds to go in the first.
Colette there.
40 seconds to go in the first half.
Okay, let's hold them off for these last 40 seconds. They're sticking with their cutters. They're on their
Oh,
hips.
great defense.
All right. Vista player Ava Sorber takes it at the 12.
I always like to see what set plays they run from the 12.
You can talk about Vista set plays.
Okay.
Let's see if Vista's clock aware here.
Great defense there.
defense.
Yeah, we've
and
got our triple teams there
She's giving it everything she's
with
got.
no call on the
That
defense.
was Hayden Crowley Brunt.
Oh.
Well done, Zoe.
All right.
Good job. Oh, big hit.
All right. Zoe Tarkowski coming up with the ball. Uh-oh, someone's down.
Who's that?
Looks like it was
Zoe
Zoe.
Tokarski.
Oh, Zoe.
Quick factoid, her father's at the Duke, Virginia hoops game today at Cameron Indoor.
Ooh.
Go Wahoos.
Derek loves that part.
Our very own Abby O'Leary here is a former Wahoo Cavalier of University of Virginia.
That is right. Played against Northwestern. I'm going to age myself because
Wait.
it was before their program got canceled.
We call them a Wahoo?
Yes, that is Wahoo Wah.
What's that about?
Well, I'm
Well,
not
so
sure
Casey,
what-
do you know, or are you gonna? Because I know.
I have no idea. I'm truly asking.
So Mike Fox and I are both from the Washington D.C. area, so you get a lot of University of Virginia Cavaliers. But I think I want to hear Abby explain
I'm
what a
not
Wahoo
sure
is.
it's something that should be discussed on air. When we're trying to-
Oh.
Well, I'll just suggest a Wahoo is a fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
that can drink its own weight.
Oh, we were always told to drink twice its weight.
Oh, twice its weight.
Okay.
I am not in any way
I
endorsing
think
binge
I might
drinking.
I
on
might
air.
understand the
I thought we were talking water because I think drinking a lot
Oh,
of water,
hydration. That's
hydration,
true.
is very good for
Yeah.
for one.
yeah, I'm a huge Wahoo fan.
Fish drink.
Again, yes, Derek's question.
Yeah, so-
the
so
fact
Mr.
that we even
Scobie.
say fish drink.
Fish drink. I think it's American fish.
I see.
Okay, so the question again is, what do you think the coaches are saying here at halftime? With a score of 10-2, and the Lady Hawks certainly dominating the game, what advice do you think she's imparting to the team at this point?
I mean, it's a great question, Coach O'Leary, but I'd love to hear your response. But I think similar to what we said after the first quarter.
Again, yeah, keeping possession, not bobbling unnecessarily and giving up possession when we have it.
So just saw Quinlan Dayton come to the Red Cross health tent here with a big raspberry from this artificial turf on her thigh.
I also noticed she was getting her ankle taped before the game, so she might be checking on that. We've got our JV team down in the end zone there warming up. They'll be playing a game after this. JV also has a lot of freshmen this year. Really a new roster
Will they
compared
be
to last
playing
year.
the Vista del Lago?
They will, and they lost to Vista in this home opener last year, so we'll see how it goes this year.
You know, shout out, see Mr. Mike Can walking away from the score table. He's Carson Can's father and is really taken to become our full-time scorekeeper.
All right, nice.
He does a great job.
He does.
I think, having some continuity there is great. Coach Dayton really likes data and statistics, so I think they had to, really make sure they were aligned last year on how we counted ground balls and things along those lines.
Yes, Coach Dayton loves his data. It helps, though. He really is able. I know he worked with the offense last year and took data on where they were shooting within the goal.
Oh, interesting.
And used that data to show them how many shots were going directly at the goalie. And the next time they had a game, it changed dramatically. So he's using that to their advantage for sure.
I think the book Moneyball was written, I don't know, 20-some years ago, but I think that's one of the books that probably changed not just sports but business forever. Data and analytics. I did get a chance to talk to the referees this morning before the game.
What do they have to say?
So both of them are former college players. One of which, who's in the black full hat, played at Westchester College.
That's where I grew up.
And
I was
then
actually born in Westchester.
Westchester, so you know Westchester, Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes.
Yes, not Westchester, New York. And then our other referee played at, now I'm drawing a blank. Maybe I don't listen so well. Also from the East Coast as well. We had a good, so Casey, welcome back to the booth. Since they're from the Philadelphia area, we had a good conversation about hoagies this morning. All right.
Wow.
Are they Pats or?
Well, interestingly, and I got some criticism last year. Casey and I were on here debating the merits of the hoagie versus the muffalata.
During downtime, of course.
During downtime.
Not during playtime.
Casey, are you a Philadelphian?
I am not.
Okay.
I am home of the po' boy.
The
Do you know where that lives?
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Well, yes. Louisiana.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, New Orleans. I grew up north of New Orleans, actually. But
I have to lean into Mike because
Yeah,
he's got my. I don't have a mic on my
Yeah, I
headset.
apologize, and I'm leaning back.
So Mike and I are getting cozy in the booth.
I did appreciate our referee, who is from the greater Philadelphia area, was complaining about the local butcher in Berkeley, where I gather she lives, putting out a sign advertising for hoagies. And she went in and tried to order the hoagie and was pretty convinced it was not a hoagie. Number one, they sliced the bread all the way through. And with the proper hoagie, you've got to make it as a pocket.
Of course.
And then it was a roasted pork, and she wanted a potpourri of deli meats. Which
She wanted an Italian hoagie.
correct,
yeah.
a proper hoagie.
Yes.
Which would make it a sub, maybe?
Not in Philadelphia,
No such
in
word
Philly.
in Philadelphia.
If you want to get up into Boston, I think maybe a grinder.
A grinder.
Well, now in Philadelphia, we did have grinders, but that was, we said, was a hoagie in the oven. A hoagie warmed up, some places call it a grinder.
Okay.
So Mike here went to grad school at Wharton, Penn, so that's how he comes by his hoagie knowledge. Did you have a favorite spot in Philadelphia?
So interestingly, and apologize, Abby, I actually did my undergrad at University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, I got it wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. I did get my graduate degree at the University of Michigan, so go
Okay.
blue.
I thought it was the opposite
no,
way around.
that's
I knew
okay.
you were a
Just want to
Michigan.
take this opportunity to celebrate the Tam Hawks championship season last year and their inspiration to the University of Michigan football team this season as well.
Yes.
That's where it came from, you think?
I do think it's where it came from.
All right, we are ready to start the second half, and we have Brooklyn Hatch, freshman, back on the draw circle.
Oh, great. I know Brooklyn. I love to see the freshmen out there.
I know. They're really
We have a
looking strong at the beginning of the
strong
season.
class, right?
Vista comes up with it. Number 13, Shea Allen.
So now we are in the third quarter. As we've discussed, we're no longer playing just halves.
Oh, is that a new...
That is new this year. College teams have been playing quarters for years now, and this is the first year high school teams have done it.
Saved by Jamie Lemberg.
Okay, clear to,
And so how much time between quarters?
is
know?
it 2 minutes?
2 minutes?
Okay, Andy Hale bringing it up the sideline,
There you go.
senior. Passed off to Lexi, to Quinlan. Decides not to take a shot. Passes to Carson behind the end line, or the goal line, rather.
Oh,
Good
Andy
ground ball.
Kelly, a senior, her mom Lyra, does amazing things for this team and coordinates so many of the activities. So just want to have a huge shout out and thank her for her dedication to the team as well.
She's been doing that for years. Talk about consistency.
It's also not that yours, you know, today's Texas Independence Day.
Hey, Mike, would you like to jump back on here?
he's always got something to say.
Just look at the schedule.
So thanks to Derek Scobie here for all of the work on setting up TAM TV. We have 3 headsets up from 2 last year. But it turns out we have a lot of parents who like to be on air.
Not even parents, just
Oh, that's
community
true.
members like myself.
Well,
Can't-
you are a parent.
Well, that is true. Just not a parent of a lacrosse player. Parent of a track runner and cross-country runner.
I see Fiona running both on the track here, and I've also seen her on the path.
Yep, the long-distance runners. You'll see them all over Mill Valley, on the trails, on the path.
A great team they have, right?
They do.
Oh,
Oh. Brooklyn Hatch taking a hit to the head there. Looks like we might get a yellow card here. Yellow card
Yellow
on number
card.
13, Shay Allen. She's seems to be one of their strongest players. Has the ball a lot. She'll be out for 2 minutes.
Grab some pine.
Back pass to the goalie. Love to see that.
Nice. There goes.
Long clear,
Oh,
just a little short.
scrapping.
Okay, that goes in Vista's favor.
Looks like there was a cover on the ball there.
It could have been. Always hard to see from here, but that's most likely. Okay, defense gets into position. Quinlan on ball with help from Colette.
Brooklyn playing some good defense.
Double
Colette
team.
and Quinlan really pressuring up high. You don't always see that. So that's interesting. This is how they're defending.
The defense looks like it's continuing. It's suffocating trends from last year. A lot of 2 TAM defenders getting on the ball.
And a lot of times you'll see teams hold back and just defend the 12, but they're coming way up high and defending wherever the ball is. Like now, you see Brooklyn coming up high. Andy Kelly on the ball, forcing some tough passes. Look at this pressure.
It's great.
Double
So-
and triple
Playing
teamed.
hard.
I must say I'm a little confused because I do see number 24 out on the field, and I thought she was the woman who got the.
No, that was Shay
Red
Allen,
card.
number 13, is down on the sidelines.
Right. So yes, I think 13 is the current yellow card, but I thought 24.
Oh, tough shot, hit the
It's
pole.
Kate
24
Carvalho
had the
coming
red
on.
card.
Oh,
Red card in the first half.
I never said that. And no, it was 25.
Shot.
25. Okay.
It's
We are
number
not
25.
fallible here in the booth.
Shot by Quinlan. No, that was Rui.
That was Rowie's.
Rowie.
Rowie with goal number, what is that, 4? We're
It's
losing
gold
track.
number of a
It's
lot.
So many. Goal number a lot.
The only number that matters is the 11.
What's that?
The only number that matters is the 11. The team score.
That's right.
Team goal. Thank you. Yes. Score is now 11-2.
Okay, speaking of Rowie, she's back on the draw. Brooklyn is taking some time off on the sideline. Looks like we've got Kate Carvalho on the circle and Sarah Cormier, I believe.
Yep.
Rowie comes up with it.
Pass. Quinlan.
looking for a shot. Passes.
Oh, it was a nice
Good
cut
cut
by
by
Kate
Kate.
Cavallo.
Didn't
She
connect.
She was in the right spot.
Yep. Sarah comes up with it to Carson, to Rowie.
So I don't know if you noticed on camera, but the referee took out a yellow flag, and I think they're using flags this year also for the first time. My daughter Jamie is a referee. We had to buy a flag.
Okay. That is not for the first time though.
It's not for the first
No.
time. When did they use the flag then? Because Jamie never had to have a flag as a referee in prior years.
Maybe for the younger kids they don't. Maybe
Ah.
they start using that at the U14 level.
U14.
Okay, slowing it down here. Keeping the ball way up high. Kate Carvalho to Lexi.
There you go.
Oh,
Nice
beautiful
pass.
pass.
She's there. Left. That's
Oh,
right.
great shot
Nice.
from Graciela.
Graciela Hale.
Graciela.
And just if you're watching on camera, her sister Colette is mimicking and replaying the great move by her sister.
Is Graciela a freshman?
No, they're
No,
seniors.
seniors.
Graciela and
Oh,
Clyde.
she is.
Both of them
Oh,
part
that's
of the
right.
quad captains.
Well, for
Along
those
with
of you
Carson Can and Rowie.
who probably can see, the rain has returned. So we've had rain, winds, sun, blue skies, back to rain here in Mill Valley, California today.
We do it all.
We do it all.
Calling this the storm of the century.
And lacrosse is not a lacrosse game is not going to get called because of a little rain. They are going to play through it.
We have a running clock now, 12 to 2.
Oh, thank you. Yes, so now that we have a 10-goal difference, the clock will run off. That's one of the rules to kind of, guess, make sure of some sportsmanship.
However, if Vista scores, it goes back. They'll stop it, right?
That's
Correct.
correct.
That is correct.
We'll see if our play changes now that we've got a 10-goal differential, whether the coach will encourage them to work on their passing, slow down the scoring a bit. This is a good opportunity.
I will say one of the things for our viewers that I really like that's different than many other sports is when the
Andy with-
offense shoots and the ball goes out of bounds, it's not the last player who touched it, it's the player that's closest to the ball when it exits the field of play.
That's-
Really encouraging hustling and rewarding taking good shots on goal.
That's right. That's why it's one of the reasons you always want one of your offensive players behind the goal. She can run plays from there, but she's also can be the girl closest to an overshot. So keep possession even if you miss the shot on goal. Looks like Andy Kelly got maybe a hit to the head there as she was clearing it out. No yellow card though.
Oh yeah, there was a yellow.
Oh, there was a yellow
There was a
card.
yellow
It's just
card.
in front of the lights.
Okay, sorry. Missed that.
Give me. Oh, I'm lucky.
Oh, chased it down but couldn't stop it. Possession changes to Vista. Number 10, Amanda Nasworth takes it.
Turnover by Vista.
Sarah Corbier comes up with that ground ball
Nice.
to Carson Can.
With her side cradle.
Yeah, with that signature lefty cradle. Switches to her right
Here comes the
Nice
shot.
pass.
to Quinlan Dayton. Okay. Huh, was that a charge?
She took her hand off her stick and swatted the girl's stick. You're onto that.
She took her hand off her stick and swatted. Interesting, I didn't even catch that.
Tell you what, Adam, you're losing your touch, girl.
Here we. All right, Vista's looking for something. Somebody make a cut.
Kate Carvalho helping with the double team. Look,
There you go. Oh,
that was
Yeah.
reaching over her shoulder, so that's going to be a foul.
It's interesting because she mostly hit her
Mia
body
Yallis.
to the stick. Can you? Is that a penalty?
If
the
you hit your body to the stick,
Yeah.
with enough force, yes.
I think she got called there for a sphere. She came over the top.
Okay, double
in the
teaming
sphere.
behind the goal,
number.
and that's going to. Oh, thought that was going to go out of bounds. Push
A
on
push
Quinlan
ups.
Dayton. So she's going to be 4 meters behind.
3 minutes until the end of the third quarter.
Look at this triple team.
Oh, we're gonna get yellow card here.
A yellow card.
Yellow card on Quinlan Dayton, so she'll be out for 2 minutes.
Water break.
Dad's going to have a little chat with her there on the sideline.
So I think I heard from the scorers table, they've now had 2 players with 2 red cards, 2 players with 2 yellow cards, and then that means they're now man down for the whole game. I think that's what I just heard from Mike.
Okay. So Mr. Scobie here was explaining that Vista del Lago had 2 players with 2 yellow cards, which results in a red card
For each of them.
for each of them. And if the team gets 2 red cards, they're down a player for the rest of the game. Did I follow the math on that?
That's what I think I heard. I'm just saying that's what it looks like. So they no longer have anybody sitting out and they're a player down. So they're not actually a player down because Finland's yellow.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, great
Nice.
pick out the
Good,
pocket there.
clean
Nice
check.
pick.
That is often a check that ends in a foul, but not so for Andy Kelly.
Looked
Kept
pretty
it clean.
clean.
Pass to Carson
There's a
Can.
lot of open field there.
Yep. Oh, see Sarah Cormier. Nope.
Oh, nice pass, but a little too
Passed.
close.
Not
So
a pass to Ashley.
last season, our colleague here, Mr. Scobie, had a rule book. Yeah, but
we didn't get an updated one, so I'm going to get another one.
so yeah, with the rule changes, I think we'll have to get a new rule book.
In comes Riley Tokarski, freshman,
Riley.
coming in for Mia Yawlis, it looks like.
Well, interesting. So I didn't realize must be sisters here. Tchaikovsky is not a super common name. You
No.
never know. But based on
Senior and a
Casey's
freshman.
affirmation, it sounds like we have a sibling.
They
Senior
are
freshman.
siblings.
We've got
They
2
are.
sets of siblings.
Yep.
The Hale twins and the Tokarskis. Rowie holding the ball has a sibling on the JV team.
Very clock aware, I was
Very good.
Yep.
And watching how this team came together last year,
Under a
I'd
minute.
say we have 20 sisters
That
on
is
this
right,
team right
for
now.
sure. This is a family. Rowie sees Kate but doesn't complete that pass.
Nice
Vista comes
defense.
up with it.
Yep. 30 seconds left in the quarter. This is going to see if they can make a run here.
There's Graciela Hale on redefend, one of her biggest strengths. Has to stop because of the restraining line. Oh,
Don't foul, don't foul, don't foul.
keep it clean.
So foul. Vista will get the ball at the 8-meter line on the side.
Okay, their sidelines are yelling out to them that there are 30 seconds left.
6
You can-
seconds, 5 seconds.
5 seconds. They're counting down.
So I think that's
Quarter.
where the running clock really hurt Vista del Lago. Correct, since we're up by 10.
All right. On to the fourth quarter.
So Casey, now that we have a break in the action, we talked about this and we didn't do it, but I'd like to keep track of new restaurants in the city of San Francisco and the best new restaurants. And there is a muffalata sandwich shop in the Haight.
I've been.
Have you been? But it's only open for lunch. I was thinking of going for dinner once, but it closes.
Yes. Make a lunch run, and it's.
Would you recommend it?
I would absolutely recommend it. I'm gonna give it a
I would recommend this.
8 out of 10.
Super Bowl food.
I remember,
Ooh,
I knew her
That is
Look at that.
more than a foot long.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Highly recommended, like New Orleans quality, or
Well, that's why I gave it an 8. It's
Okay.
it's very good.
it's very good.
Very good for out of New Orleans.
Yes. There's I mean,
Respectable.
I mean, I would put like Central Grocery in New Orleans. That's kind of the 10 out of 10.
Yep.
I mean, you can't really get there. You can't get a 10 out of 10 unless you're in New Orleans. So
Fair enough. Similar to the Philly cheesesteak that we were discussing.
Exactly.
correct.
My family were very impressed by my olive salad though, because they hate pepperoni, so I kept that out. I mean,
Okay.
like It was a big hit.
So Mr. Scobie here
Wait, what
is
is that?
actually.
That's my muffler.
Oh,
You made that?
You made that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's showing us a
Oh.
photo of
So,
a delicious.
I'm going
Oh.
to challenge Mr. Scobie here because I think that's fusion. That's a fusion
I did
recipe.
use a French baguette. I did not. The bread was not.
A French baguette with Philadelphia lunch meat like a hoagie, but a muffaletta style olive spread. That's innovation right there.
I would challenge you to bring that into the booth maybe next week.
Fusion French Philly New Orleans.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
There's got to be a new name for that. What do we,
Yeah. Philly Orleans.
we call that call that a SCOBY?
Scobie.
A SCOBer?
Any
hoagie?
haggis?
A Skogie.
Did he get
A
any
Skogie
Scottish
hoagie.
haggis or otherwise?
Unfortunately, illegal in California because of the use of ventricles.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Mr. Scobie is originally, and his lovely wife Iona are from Scotland.
As you may have heard from his distinctive accent.
Correct. So I did not realize haggis is illegal in the state of California.
Alas.
Alas, alack.
In an attempt to use all of the animal, which feels quite Californian, farm
Yes.
to table, they don't allow it because they don't like some parts of the animal.
Interesting.
use.
I've heard that farm to table. We lived in Atlanta, which is a very big meat food scene, and they call it head to hoof.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Head to hoof.
Head to hoof. So the challenge with San Francisco is we're not landlocked, but you're really far to getting into another state to be able to go get your haggis, Phil.
So we do.
Can you have it shipped
You
here?
can have it shipped here. The import duty is higher because it's a controlled substance or something.
Okay, controlled substance.
And you can get it, but you can get it from Arizona. Arizona actually have a pretty good, like Scottish gourmet online website.
Okay.
What did you, a Scottish
Like a Scottish gourmet.
gourmet?
It may be called Écosse Gourmand, which is like a French.
Yeah, gourmet was the Scottish word for that, but
All right, we've got Rowie Scobie back at the draw
Back to action.
with Kate Carvalho on the circle there, chasing after it, but
There we
Rowie
go.
comes
Rowie
up
picks
with
it
it.
up.
Another draw control to Carson Can. Back behind the goal to Graciela.
Oh, we call that Kate.
Kate Carvalho with a nice cut.
Outside to Ashley. Back up to Rowie, moving it around. That's great. This might be something they practice since they're 10 goals up. No need to rush anything.
There's nothing like using real game time to practice moving the ball,
Absolutely.
moving it around the circle. And also like the sportswomanship of that as well.
Yes. Quinlan Dayton with the ball. Oh, this looks like an ISO play. No, didn't work. Didn't turn out to
There.
be.
Kate,
Oh,
nice
to
cross.
Carson. A little contact there.
Great pass.
So I think we'll be
Yeah.
getting a shot from the 8-meter there for Carson Can. Can she do it?
Yes, she can.
Yes, she
She
can.
will.
Carson can.
CMC. Let's go CMC with their dad filming this one on the scores table.
Wham.
Yes, she
There
did.
she goes. Beautiful goal by Carson Can.
Senior Carson Can. One of the team's leaders.
So I know the captains were voted on, and I should know this, but is Carson the only captain of the
No,
team
there's
this year?
four.
There are
Well,
four
I'm
captains.
judging from who met up with the other team leaders before the game. We had Carson, Graciela, and Colette Hale, and Junior Rowie Scobie.
Fantastic.
I believe this is Carson's third year on varsity. Is that right, Mike? Or did she play as a freshman? Fourth year.
Fourth year.
Fourth year varsity player. Definitely one of the leaders.
She didn't make JV Lax baby her freshman year.
Did.
Didn't make JV Lax baby.
Because she made varsity.
Gotcha.
Abby, how many years were you coaching the JV Lax?
Just the past 2 years.
Just the past 2 years. And Mike, you?
3 years.
How's
heavily recruited.
Mike heavily recruited me.
how's the JV team looking this year?
Looks like a very new team. A lot of turnover, a lot of new players. Like the varsity, a lot of freshmen playing. Rowie comes up, her signature ground ball. Lots of speed. Passes off to Carson.
Good vision.
Yep. Cross yellow. Shot on goal saved by Vista.
So knowing that we have 4 or 5, is it 4 freshmen on the team, on the varsity team? 5. That's what, 5 freshmen, and then a JV team full of freshmen. It's really a testament to the Wolfpack program.
It absolutely is.
True.
And as somebody, maybe you said, a lot of them are now playing Steps, the travel team, which just makes them that much better.
And the other travel teams as well, I think Advance.
Advance.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Wide open.
Caught the goalie out of the cage.
Yeah.
Man.
Good look to, was that Carson to Sarah Cormier? I know Sarah made the goal.
Looking at the replay here. Yep. Carson
Great
with
look.
the assist. Do you know if the Wolfpack program has grown? Are they fielding more teams or just...
Well, I know that a few years ago when I was still coaching Wolfpack, it was growing every year, just multiplying. I will...
We have more girls in Wolfpack than playing soccer.
More,
We have more girls are playing lacrosse than soccer.
wow,
Oh, really?
more girls
Wow.
playing lacrosse than soccer.
Marlowe still heads that.
You know, it's really interesting, you know,
yeah.
having
She
a
took
daughter
over for
who's
NB.
played on Steps and traveled mostly to the East Coast. But these California girls hold up their own with, you know, the historically dominant regions in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic.
That is impressive.
I was doing a little research on the 2027, which is the freshman class, and the Steps California team was ranked 15th in the country. where
Amazing.
3 of our players come from.
And you would not have seen that even 2 years ago. It was still largely dominated by the East Coast.
You know, Jamie's 2025 team has also been ranked in the top 20 nationally at the club level.
Amazing.
As well.
Quinlan Dayton and Kate Carvalho there. Tough, tenacious on defense.
Tenacious
Rowie
D.
Scobie also on the 2025 Steps California team. So Jamie and Rowie have been playing together for forever.
Those girls have hit 20 states in the last 2 years.
20 states.
Wow.
I will
Doing
I
better
will
than I
say
am.
it's a lot of
Hale
commitment
comes
for
up
the
with the ground
parents,
ball.
and there is an investment in travel expense.
It's nice that they can now travel as groups.
Yes.
Okay, Lexi Watts taking the ball, passes to Rowie. Quinlan looks like she might go to. Oh,
Oh, that's going to be a yellow card, I think.
takes a hit to the head.
Oh, is that
No yellow card.
She
No
gets
yellow.
possession, but no yellow
Yeah.
card.
Usually when it's a hit to the head, it's a pretty automatic yellow card.
so? If it were a yellow card, that would have spawned a red card? Is that right?
No,
No.
a red card would be if it was that player's second yellow card, or if it had
Right.
been
Okay.
An egregious.
egregious foul, very dangerous. Kate Carvalho with the
Kate.
ball. Oh.
Oh,
Carson
So,
comes up with possession but does not get a goal off that shot.
good stop by the goalie.
For our listeners, there's also a green card that can be issued to a player, which is a delay of game.
Might
And-
be
Equipment get back on.
equipment foul if a girl doesn't have a mouth guard in, or if she's wearing jewelry, that would be a green card.
As well. I did notice our very own alumnus, Maddie Smith, who's played 5 games, all 5 games of the for the Northwestern team, was issued a green card
Oh,
in
what
her
was that
last
for?
game.
For
I couldn't tell.
Well, they
I-
have a new green card rule. So if in transition you foul at all, so you foul between the
Yep.
storylines in transition, it's an automatic green card. So that's a new rule in college this year. And it's
Okay.
basically to prevent like cynical fouls, so people just like stopping the play. So you might as well just foul them,
Yeah.
and then it prevents like fast breaking. So what you'll see in the college game now is that basically there's almost no pressure put on players in transition.
Oh, so it
because
speeds
they're-
up the game.
Well, I mean, it basically makes the midfield. It makes it very difficult to defend when you're within restraining lines
Huh.
because you're going to end up with a green card.
Interesting.
Are you watching the Northwestern games, Derek?
We watched it the other day, yeah.
Did you see this green card?
Oh yeah. Like there's maybe
Yeah.
like 10.
10 of them, yeah.
That was a shot.
Clock stop.
A shot and a goal by Vista del Lago.
Number 1. Who's that?
Number 1 for Vista is Gabriela Azar. A shot to low right side of Jamie. She got her stick over there, but just missed stopping that ball.
Hawks have their first test of the season on Wednesday at SRB.
SRV, who finished last season number 1 in the
Solid.
state of California.
Solid team.
SRV standing for San Ramon Valley always poses a big challenge for the TAM players.
The score
Well-
bounce back might need some work.
The bounce back does need some work with the tree. So I'm a lot of confidence and optimistic with these girls. I think 2 years ago they lost by a ridiculous score, somewhere in the range of 20-1 or.
It was a
along those.
blowout. That was a tough game to watch.
And last year on the TAM pitch, I think it was somewhere, this is from memory, but somewhere around the 15-10 range we lost. So it shows the development of the TAM Hawks program, and give these girls a lot of confidence to play against a super talented team this week.
Yep. Great
Yeah.
coaching through the season, right?
Yeah, I wish we could face them just a little later in the season. Let this team gel a bit more. But you take them as they come.
I think
It's
the
better
game
to
this
lose
week-
early than to lose late.
I think the game is in San Ramon Valley. Is that correct?
Yeah, Wednesday at 7.
Wednesday at 7.
Either.
So Derek, really appreciated your commentary on the green card, because I was looking at the Northwestern, and I saw a tremendous number of these green cards that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah. Opinion is very much divided over that new rule.
Yeah, it sounds to
Yeah.
me like a negative, but I haven't.
Is that
Watched.
rule kind of play in with the defenders don't have to stop on a foul as well, so it doesn't slow the game down through the midfield?
I'm not sure how they interact. I don't know.
Okay. Also noticed that our alumnus Annie Shine got into her first game with the Marist, I think the Red Foxes,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
also playing.
Did you
Red
get?
Foxes.
Did you see it or
I-
followed the score?
In preparation, I used this technology called Google.
I've heard of it.
Oh. Well, how do you watch these games? How are you watching the Northwestern games?
Big Ten Network.
Big Ten
Big
Network.
Ten Network.
Our team is wondering if after this game that we can connect.
So Mr. Scobie here on our left works
just come
for a Google-owned company that you may have heard of called YouTube, which is bringing us this game live today.
I have heard
4
of that.
minutes left in the game. Okay, possession goes to Vista del Lago. There's a little pushing on that ground ball. No foul.
It's great seeing the Tam Hawks girls continuing to play in college.
Oh, tough one on
shot.
Jay.
Sure.
Again to
Tough
the
shot.
right side. It looked like her stick touched it, but didn't stop it.
That was close, but they got
That
it
was
in.
a fast break on
All right.
Vista's
So
part.
now we got a 14-4 game in the fourth quarter with about 3.5 minutes left to go.
Soccer ball on the field here. Nice kick by number 10. But what's also exciting, I know we talk about the players who have graduated and gone on to play, on the intercollegiate teams, but a lot of the girls, from what I understand, are also continuing their lacrosse careers at the club level at
that
college
right?
as well. Yep.
Well, we've also got Lucy playing at Colorado College.
Oh, great.
Lucy
What's your name again?
Hexamer
Exemer.
playing
Okay.
at Colorado College. Rowie comes up with it once again. It's becoming her specialty, along with her ground ball prowess. Okay, Kate Carvalho, Jr. Looks like they're taking some time to move it around. Big cup by Carson, not used.
Nice movement by the Lady Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see it.
Oh, into the center. Oh,
Nice.
Great
beautiful
pickup.
from Sarah Cormier. The pass was intended for Carson.
A little lucky there, but
I don't know. I'd call that skill.
Yep, good awareness by
She
Sarah.
was
awareness, fair enough. Just
ball awareness, quick hands, quick stick work.
So I was not trying to diminish the skill, but I was going to use that as a transition to our good friends, the Scobies here. In one of the endearing terms, when something goes against us, I was going to lead into unlucky. So just trying to transition that
And
a
once
little.
again, Rowie with that signature move. Vista has not found a way to stop that draw control. She has mastered. 90 seconds left.
Well, between the impressive win at Miramonte and this is how you'd like to start the season for the Tam Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Cormier with another ground ball, key ground ball pickup.
Kate Carvalho.
Rain is starting to come down.
Here it comes.
Pass to Carson Cannon center. Out to Quinlan.
Oh,
Back to Sarah
another.
Cormier with that low roller. Beautiful.
Another goal.
I really wonder. I know some of this is the personal skill of the players, but if the coaches are working on that, dropping the stick to the side,
You certainly are seeing more and more of that.
really creates an advantage.
Sarah Cormier, with those last 2 goals, started last year on the JV team, and after about a week, it was apparent that she needed to be brought up to varsity. Got some key minutes last year and is proving to be an asset on offense this year.
So I will say, being here in the booth, I'd like being of service to the TAM community and bringing this game to you all. But when you see the rain out there, we also get to stay dry.
Another perk.
That's a
It's a
perk.
win-win.
Yeah. Next week we'll have some Scobies here to eat.
Well, great win by the Tam Hawks, 16-4.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for watching at home. It's been fun from the booth up here with Foxy and Mike Lemberg and Casey Leach.
And always thank you to the Scobies for all of their dedication to TAM TV.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Signing off.